Hello students, let us continue the session on understanding quadrilaterals. We are at last exercise 3.4. First question is to state whether true or false. First one, all rectangles are squares. This particular statement is a false statement because all squares are rectangles, but all rectangles are not square. If we consider a rectangle, we all know that opposite sides are equal, not the all sides. So if you look at square, all sides are equal, hence opposite sides are also equal. All angles are making 90 degree. So whatever the properties of rectangles are there, that's all true in case of a square. The converse or vice versa is not true. So all rectangles are not squares. Second statement, all rhombuses are parallelogram. This statement is a true statement. All squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. This statement is also true. I have told you that all squares are rectangles. All squares are rhombuses also because adjacent sides are equal in rhombus, so is present in case of square. Next statement, all squares are not parallelograms. This statement is a false statement because all the squares, they are parallelograms. Opposite sides will always be parallel to each other and equal to each other in case of a square. Next statement, all kites are rhombuses. This statement is a false statement because we have seen in a kite there will be two pairs of adjacent sides equal, whereas in rhombus all the adjacent sides are equal. These are equal. All rhombuses are kite. This statement is a true statement because whatever the properties are there in a kite, they all will hold true for rhombus. All parallelograms are trapeziums. This statement is a true statement because in parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. In trapezium, if one pair of opposite sides are parallel, we say that it's a trapezium. So in parallelogram, since two pairs of parallel sides are there, it's a trapezium. All squares are trapeziums. This statement is also true. Question number 2. Identify all the quadrilaterals that have, first one, 4 sides of equal length. 4 sides of equal length are present in case of a rhombus and a square. So let me mention the answer for the first one. A rhombus and square have all 4 sides of equal length. Four right angles. The 4 right angles are present in case of square as well as a rectangle. Square and rectangle have 4 right angles. Question 3. Explain how a square is a quadrilateral. The first one, square is a quadrilateral because it has got 4 sides. square is a quadrilateral? Because it has four sides. Second one, explain how square is a parallelogram. Square is a parallelogram because its opposite sides are parallel and opposite angles are equal. Let me mention directly because its opposite sides are parallel and opposite angles are equal. Here we can mention parallel and equal, also opposite angles are equal. Explain how a square is a rhombus. Since all the adjacent sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other at right angle, we say that square is a rhombus. So let me mention that because it has four sides of equal length and diagonals bisect at right angle. Third one, explain how a square is a rectangle. Square is a rectangle because its interior angle is 90 degrees. All its interior angles are equal and all the sides are equal and its opposite sides are equal. So let me mention because its opposite sides are equal and each angle is 90 degrees. Question number 4. Name the quadrilaterals whose diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other in parallelogram, in rhombus, in square, and in rectangle. Name the quadrilaterals whose diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. In case of a rhombus and a square, the diagonals, they are perpendicular bisector of each other. Name the quadrilaterals whose diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal in case of a rhombus and a square. Question 5. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. A rectangle is a convex quadrilateral because both its diagonals they lie inside the rectangle. A rectangle is a quadrilateral because both its diagonals lie inside the rectangle. Question number 6. ABC is a right-angled triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Explain why O is equidistant from A and B and also C. We need to show that these sides are equal, AO will be equal to BO will be equal to OC. That is what we need to prove. Look at what is given in the brackets. The dotted lines are drawn additionally to help you. This is the construction. This dotted line indicates we have constructed. Look at the figure here. AD and DC, they are drawn so that AD is parallel to BC, AB is parallel to DC. So opposite sides here, AD will be equal to BC and AB is equal to DC. Since in a rectangle opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other, its all interior angles will measure 90 degrees. And in a rectangle, diagonals are of equal length and also bisect each other, so the parts are equal. So what I mean to say is, we need to show that ABCD is a rectangle. Here, AD is drawn parallel to BC, AB is drawn parallel to DC, and the side AD is equal to BC, the side AB is equal to DC. Angle ABC is given equal to 90 degrees. It's a right-angled triangle. Therefore, ABCD is a rectangle. From this we can say that ABCD is parallelogram. In a parallelogram, if one of the angle is 90 degree, then all the angles will become equal to 90 degree. It becomes a rectangle. In rectangle, diagonals are equal and bisect each other. So we have the length AO is equal to the length OC, which is equal to the length BO, which is equal to the length OD. Suppose if I consider the length of AC as 2x, suppose if it is 2x, then AO will be x, OC will be x. Since the diagonals are equal, BD will also become equal to 2x, so is BO and OD equal to x. Therefore, we can say that O is equidistant from A, B and C. Here we complete all the questions of understanding quadrilaterals from the textbook. At this point of time, I am not taking the questions from NCERT exemplar, because in the NCERT exemplar we have got the questions which are from two chapters as combination. It's a combination of understanding quadrilaterals and practical geometry. So what I thought is, I'll tell you the concepts related to practical geometry, then take NCERT exemplar. The concepts related to practical geometry we'll see. First, let us take up the word geometry. Geometry tells us about the lines, angles, shapes, and practical geometry is all about the construction of these shapes. The word geometry is derived from two different words. Geo refers to earth and metron refers to measurement. So earlier in ancient time, people were using the concepts related to geometry in construction and measurements. So the geometry word is taken from Greek. We have got different lines, shapes, and we will see how to do the construction of these shapes. You might have come across the tools used for construction. You all must have seen these instruments in your compass box. The first one is the ruler. A ruler is a straight edge which we sometimes call a scale. It is marked with the centimeters on one side and inches on the other side. It is used to draw line segments and also to measure them. Look at this ruler. These are given in terms of centimeter and these are given in terms of inch. It's written here. This is inch. This is in centimeter. Look at the ruler here. In 1 centimeter, there are 10 gradings done, and these gradings are there in terms of millimeter. So in 1 centimeter, there is 10 millimeter. For every 5th millimeter, the length of the line segment is larger. This is to indicate the 5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 and so on. The next instrument is called as a compass. The compass has got 2 ends. One is the pointer and other is for the pencil. It is used to draw arcs and circles and also to measure the line segment. This is the compass. You have used this instrument in class 5, 6 and 7. Very important thing I must tell you is to adjust the edge of the pencil with the tip of the needle, and also it's very important that the length of the pencil should not exceed the length of the compass, because it becomes difficult to draw a complete circle without lifting the hand. The next type of instrument is the divider. It's a pair of pointers on both the ends. It is used to compare the length of the lines and also arcs. This is the divider. It has got 2 needles, metal needles. This particular instrument is used for comparing length of line and arcs. The next instrument is called as a set square. It is a set of 2 triangular pieces. One of the triangular pieces is having 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree angles at the corners. If we join 2 triangular pieces, we get a square. It is used for drawing parallel lines and also perpendicular lines. Another is having 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree angles at the corner. If we join 2 same triangular pieces, we will get a rectangle. This is also used for drawing parallel and perpendicular lines. These are the 2 set squares which are there in your compass box. One of the set square has got 90 degree, 45 degree and 45 degree. The other one is having 90 degree, 60 degree and 30 degrees. If we join two similar set square of this type, we get a rectangle. And if we join two similar type of this type of set square, we get a square. The next instrument is the protractor. It is a semicircular device which is divided into 180-degree parts. It starts from 0 degree from the right hand side and ends with 180 degree on the left hand side and vice versa. It is used to measure and draw angles. This is how a protractor looks like. It has got gradings from 0 to 180, from left to right, and 0 to 180 degree from right to left. In the clockwise direction, 0 to 180 degree, and in anti-clockwise direction also we have got 0 to 180 degrees. These are few instruments we use in practical geometry. Having learned these types of instruments and how to use them, we shall learn how to draw a circle, how to draw a perpendicular bisector of a line, how to draw different angles, and how to draw a quadrilateral. With this, I am going to end today's session. Thank you.